Hey y'all, welcome to the Happier Attorney, the channel where we talk about flat fees and mindset. I'm Brita Long and I am the author of The Happier Attorney. We have the second edition available on Amazon. And today I'm going to talk about why people hide and how attorneys hide behind, let me think about it. I'm confused. I need more information. And why that is complete BS. I'm going to call it. It might be a little spicy. You might get a little defensive. If you get defensive, it's because I've hit a nerve because I'm telling the truth. Okay? So what I hear all of the time is, "Oh, I need to think about it." Or I really hear this, "Oh, I've been following you for years. I read your first book years ago and okay. Oh my gosh. When you know what flat fees do for attorneys, how it changes the game for attorneys, and then you hear that, it really makes me sad because I know that this attorney who tells me, "Oh, I've been thinking about it for," I've been doing this for nearly 7 years. There are people that have followed me from the beginning who still aren't on board. That means 7 years that they have been plodding along in a state that they weren't happy in, but kept going. That makes me sad. It makes me sad because it's so unnecessary. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go back to let me think about it, or, I just need to understand the ethics, or I just need to understand the how, or I just need to understand blah, 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 blah. Okay. What you're really doing is it sounds reasonable. It feels reasonable. It sounds like the prudent thing to do. Okay, I'm a prudent attorney. I don't just rush into anything. And I certainly am not just going to change all of my billing and how I do business. Oh, no, 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 no. That would be reckless, right? It sounds good. And it's nonsense. Because all you really need to know is there's thousands and thousands and thousands of other attorneys who are using flat fees in every practice area, other than if you would use contingency, doing it well, not getting in trouble, not losing their practice. None of the things that you think are going to happen are happening, especially if they do what I tell them to do. Okay. Yeah, some bad things can happen with flat fees when people don't know what they're doing, or when people are already unethical. I mean, you can be unethical in flat fees just as well as you can be unethical in hourly. Okay, that's not a flat fee problem. That's the attorney problem. But all you need to know is other people are doing it. Other attorneys are doing it just fine. It's how we charged the vast majority of the history of attorneys, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Read about it. Read about it. And it's been in my method is proven with thousands of attorneys. That's what you need to know. You don't need to know all of the hows. By the way, they're in the book and they're in the program. What your continued hesitation does is it gives you cover. You're not really confused. You're not really thinking about it. If there was a specific thing that you needed an answer for, you would find the answer. You're very resourceful. I have no doubt that you would find the answer. You would find the answer and you would tick the box, and then you would decide, yes, I'm going to try it. I'm going to go for it. Or it's not for me. I'm just going to stick with hourly fees. Or I'm going to stick with flat fees and how I'm doing it. Okay? That's what would happen if there was an actual real confusion. What you're doing, most likely, said with respect, is you're hiding. You're hiding from making a decision that is scary. We as attorneys, we don't like to say that we are scared. And yet, oh my gosh, we're petrified. We're so scared. And we don't want to deal with that feeling. We don't want to do something scared. So we're going to hide. And I need more information. I need to think about it. It feels like it's a great place to hide. But you're deciding. Every day you're making a decision with your behavior. And it's an energy vampire. It just sucks energy out of you because you're just continuing to circle and think about it. And the voice in your head just keeps, And then you see somebody else doing flat fees well, or another, testimonial coming out about, I just doubled my price in the first month. Or, I'm only working 30, 40 hours a week. I'm making as much or more money. You hear these stories and you're like, maybe I should. All of that energy is just hemorrhaging. So if you've been circling, again, many times this is for years, know that's stop. Because it is costing you. Let's talk about the cost. Yes, there is the absolute cost of not using flat fees or not using them well. There is, you're taking on more cases than you're comfortable taking on. More cases than you could honestly say, yeah, I'm doing my best work. I am doing my best work for every client. You're probably overworking. You're working 50, 60 plus hours a week, which has its own psychological benefit of, I'm a busy attorney. I'm an important attorney. We'll get to that at another video. You might be struggling financially, or worse, doing okay. Doing okay when you could be doing great for less work and less time. And the always having a conflict with the client, whether it is expressed or not, always having that, because of course the client perceives that it could have been done faster for less money. You have, when you're using flat fees and you're underpricing, you have the every time, because part of you deep down knows. And it's all based on fear. All based on fear. That isn't real, by the way. The things that you're scared of are not real. They're not going to happen. Or they certainly haven't to not one person I've taught. Not one. The costs are real to not using flat fees well. Then there are the cost of the indecision. Again, this just constant, maybe I should do it. Maybe I shouldn't. It just eats at you. So I'm going to push you a little bit. I'm not going to push you to flat fees. That's not my gig. But if you've been circling, walking around the pool, you see other people getting in the pool, they're having fun, but you're sitting like, and then you put a toe in, and then you maybe put a leg in. Stop. Just stop. It's not going to get better. You don't need more information. You don't need to think about it anymore. Things are not going to magically happen where the answer becomes clear or the fear lessens. You're going to have a learning curve. That's okay. But that's not going to get better in another month or another year or another 5 years. So I'm going to challenge you, jump or go home. Because the circling is just wasting your time and energy, which you don't have. Nobody has time and energy to waste. I'm going to push you. It's going to be a little scary. I know. I know it's scary. That's not going to get better. It's safe. It's clear it's safe because there's thousands of other attorneys in the pool. Everybody's doing fine. But come to a decision. Move forward, learn flat fees, or stop. And be okay with continuing using hourly fees or continuing how you're doing it with flat fees. But the back and forth and the indecision and the, I'll watch another video or, I'll read the book again, or is just stop. And there's no better time to learn than right now, because the best way to learn is from somebody who's done it in the program, the Happier Attorney program. And that ends February 27th of 2026. I don't know when you're going to watch this video. If it's after that, sorry you missed it. But the program ends forever. This is not revamping. I'm moving on to different things. So your best opportunity, your safest opportunity to make sure that you're doing everything that you can do to make sure you're doing flat fees as well as they can be done is now. Link to the programs in the description. It's just happierattorney.com. But really, jump or go home. Stop the energy waste. Okay? This program isn't for people who need more information. Okay? It's for those who want to stop pretending and are ready to jump in the pool. Okay? So, and this is for anything in life where you're like, oh, you're thinking about it. Recognize how much time and how much effort and how much energy you are spending on that decision. And at least for me, when I've done that, and God knows I've done it lots, or I used to. I don't do it anymore. When I look back, when I'm honest with myself, I knew the answer. I had always known the answer. I was just scared. And that being scared and staying where I was, really, it wasted a lot of time. It wasted a lot of energy. So just decide. If you knew the answer, what would the answer be? If you're watching this video, you want to learn about flat fees. You want to improve how you're doing them. You know the answer. Jump or let it go. Okay, take care, friends.